For Lesson 15, we are going to interpret the unknown in multiplication and division to model and solve problems. Let's take a look at your problem set. Look at number 1. It says write an equation and use a letter to represent the unknown for problems 1 through 6. Let's look at number 1. It says Mrs. Parson gave each of her grandchildren $9. She gave a total of $36. How many grandchildren does Mrs. Parson have? So the first thing I need to do is I need to draw. So I'm going to draw a tape diagram to represent this problem. Now I'm going to take a look at the first sentence. It says that she gave each of her grandchildren $9. So I'm going to write $9 for one piece of tape. Now I'm going to take a look at the second sentence. It says that she gave a total of $36. So I'm going to write the total at the top of my tape diagram, $36. Then it goes right into the question, how many grandchildren does Mrs. Parson have? Well, that would be represented by the number of pieces of tape in my tape diagram. So since I don't know what that is, I put a question mark. But remember, they want us to represent the unknown as a letter. So since we are trying to figure out the number of grandchildren, let's give the letter G. Now, since I have the total, and she's repeatedly giving her grandchildren $9, how would I solve this problem? Pause the video while you work and replay when you are ready. So I am going to divide 36 divided by $9 is going to give me G, the number of grandchildren. So how would I solve 36 divided by 9? Well, my factor is 9, so I should write my 9s down on my paper. Remember the strategy. We are going to write 0 through 9, top to bottom. And then we're going to write 0 through 9 going from the bottom up. There are my 9s. Now I need to think to myself, how many times do I need to count by 9 in order to get to 36? Pause the video while you work and replay when you are ready. So I needed to count 4 times. So that means G is equal to 4. So the number of grandchildren that she has is 4. Now I need to write that as a statement. I'm going to restate the question. The question was, how many grandchildren does Mrs. Parson have? So I'm going to restate and say, Mrs. Parson has 4 grandchildren. Let's take a look at number 4. It says Aunt Dina and Uncle Chris share a cost of a limousine ride with their 7 friends. The ride cost a total of $63. If everyone shares the cost equally, how much does each person pay? So, my first step is going to be to draw a tape diagram to represent this problem. The next step is to go back to the first sentence. It says Aunt Dina and Uncle Chris share the cost of a limousine ride with their 7 friends. So that means we have Aunt Dina plus Uncle Chris plus 7 friends. So how many people are there total sharing the cost of a limousine ride? There are 9. So I am going to divide my tape diagram into 9 pieces. Next, I'm going to take a look at the second sentence. It says the ride cost a total of $63. So I'm going to write the total at the top of my tape diagram. Then it says that everyone is sharing the cost equally, which means that they're all going to pay the same amount. So how much does each person pay? So I'm going to represent that with the letter P for payment. So how would I solve this problem? Since they are sharing it equally, I would need to divide $63 divided by 7 friends and get the total payment, which is P. So since I am, I'm dividing by 9. Whoopsie. Since I'm dividing by 9, I need to write my 9s down, and then I can go ahead and solve and see how many times I needed to count by 9 in order to get to $63. So go ahead and pause the video while you work to solve for how much each person needs to pay. Pause the video while you work and replay when you're ready. So now I'm going to write my 9s down. Whoops. Now I'm going to see how many times I needed to count by 9 to get to 63. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So P is equal to $7. That means that everyone is paying $7. So now I need to write this as a statement. So I'm going to restate my question. So each person pays $7. Let's take a look at number 5. It says Kara bought 9 packs of beads. There are 10 beads in each pack. She always uses 30 beads to make each necklace. How many necklaces can she make if she uses all the beads? So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a tape diagram. Next, I'm going to take a look at the first statement. It says Kara bought 9 packs of beads. So I'm going to separate my tape diagram into 9. Then it says that there are 10 beads in each pack. So I'm going to put 10 in each pack. Then it says that she always uses 30 beads to make each necklace. So how many necklaces can she make if she uses all the beads? Well, I noticed that I'm missing the total amount of beads that she has. So I'm going to label that B for beads. So how would I figure this out if I need to figure out how many beads she has altogether? So I see that there are 10 beads in each pack and there are 9 packs. So I'm going to multiply 10 by 9. What do you get? Well, you can either count by 9s or you can count by 10s. Pause the video while you work and replay when you are ready. So there are a total of 90 beads all together. It says that she always uses 30 beads to make each necklace. How many necklaces can she make if she uses all the beads? So what I can do here is I can subtract. So I have 90 beads all together, and I'm going to subtract 30. That would be 1 necklace. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 9 minus 3 is 6. So I have 60. Then she's going to use 30 beads again. So that would be 2 necklaces. 0 minus 0 is 0. 6 minus 3 is 3. Then I can subtract 30 again. That's going to be 3 necklaces. 30 minus 30 is 0. So how many necklaces can she make if she uses all the beads? So she can make 30 necklaces. Let's take a look at number 6. It says there are 8 erasers in a set. Damon buys 9 sets. After giving some erasers away, Damon has 35 erasers left. How many erasers did he give away? So the first thing I'm going to do, you guessed it, I'm going to draw a tape diagram. Now I'm going to take a look and look at the first sentence. It says there are 8 erasers in a set. So I'm going to put 8 in one little piece of tape. The next part says that he buys 9 sets. So I'm going to divide my tape diagram into 9. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish and put 8 in each of those 9 sets because that's how many erasers there are. Next it says that he gives some erasers away and that he has 35 erasers left. So I'm not really sure how much he had all together. I'm not sure what that total is. So I think that's what I need to do first. So this looks to me like it's going to be a 2-step problem, just like the other one. So how would I figure out how many erasers he has all together if there are 8 erasers in each of the 9 sets? Pause the video while you work and replay when you are ready. So there are 8 erasers times 9 sets. So I can either count by 8s or I can count by 9s. I'm sure you're going to want to count by 9s since that's a little bit easier since we have the trick that we've been working with. So I'm going to write my 9s down. Now I'm going to count 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be 72. So there are 72 erasers all together. So I can put that in my tape diagram so I can easily see that. It says that he gave some erasers away. So I'm going to draw another piece of tape. He had a total of 72 erasers. He gave some away and he has 35 left. So I'm going to put 35 in one piece of tape. That's how much he has left. I'm not sure how much he gave away. So what would I have to do with 72 and 35 to figure out how much he gave away? Pause the video while you work and replay when you are ready. So I'm going to have to subtract 72 minus 35 to find that difference. I can't do 2 minus 5, so I have to borrow from the 7, which becomes a 6. I'm going to bring back a 10 to the 2 I already have, so now I have 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. 6 minus 3 is 3. So he has 37 erasers that he gave away. So now I need to write this as a statement. He gave away 37 erasers. Your assignment is to finish number 2 and number 3 on the problem set. Check your answers with the answer key at the front of the room. Then put your problem set in your take-home folder. Next, grab an exit ticket. Make sure you put your name on it and make sure you complete both sides. When you're finished, you can put it in the turn-in tray. If you don't finish, it is homework for tonight. See you tomorrow.